What I love about the East Village coming from Los Angeles is that it just seems like there are so many small, intimate restaurants packed in next to each other. It's such a great place to walk around and experience the city of New York. There's this restaurant called Oiji that's celebrated as one of the best modern Korean restaurants in New York City. And yet I'm wondering, how do they take their experience with classic cooking and marry it with Korean flavors? Often when that happens, you're gonna lose something in that translation. When you take Korean dishes and flavors and techniques and then kind of merge them with classic French and Italian technique, like, is it always a better result?
We're just using modern techniques that we have from training here in New York City, may that be French or Italian. You can still apply those techniques to Korean food.
When people come in here, what do they expect? What expectations do they have? They're like, is this a Korean restaurant or is it a modern New York restaurant? A little bit of both?
Yeah, I would definitely say both. It's definitely Korean, but it's modern Korean.
This dish really doesn't resemble the thing that I grew up eating, which is naengchae. So when you go to like let's say a Korean Chinese restaurant, or you're at a summer party, some celebration, there is this pile of sliced jellyfish with cucumber and sometimes some imitation crab, and it's all tossed together in this mustardy sauce. And it wasn't something that I immediately loved or really enjoy eating in large quantities, just because of how kind of haphazard it looks. But in this presentation, how could you deny yourself this? I mean, look, there's this cucumber brothy vinaigrette with champagne vinegar, and there's some perfectly placed dots of oil. And it's covered by this scallop crudo, which really elevates it. It gives it this different sense of, hey, we are eating Korean food, we're having Korean dishes, but at the same time, it is not as immediately recognizable. It's served with some beautiful little finger limes, and I think underneath is where you get kind of the essence of the naengchae. There is some very perfectly julienne cucumber and the wobbly jellyfish underneath, and some fresh snow crab. We have some julienne Korean pears in here, and the bright orange is a fresh gooseberry. I'm gonna try it first without any of the finger lime. That's just so refreshing. It's a perfect summer dish. Just an edge of that mustardy kick, but not too much, because sometimes when you have this, it's just like a wallop of mustard. You get a little bit more of the freshness of the seafood, the scallop, which just melts away in your mouth. And then it's countered by all sides with different kinds of acid, different kinds of things that are refreshing and cooling, like cucumber and Asian pear. I'm gonna take a little bit of this finger lime. This is such a cool ingredient. These little pops of acidity. It is not like any other naengchae that I've ever had. In some ways, you really can't think of a more quintessential dish than sam. I mean, think about the word sam. It literally is a verb. It means to wrap, but it also refers to the wrap. And in this case, we're gonna be using baby romaine lettuce. They've kind of fortified it with this kangdoenjang. With kangdoenjang, they're taking the basis of these fermented soybean paste, but they're adding in this case, savory elements of beef, brisket, a little bit of mushroom, and it tempers the saltiness and the funkiness. Another thing that they have done is they've served it with these lotus leaves, which is a very kind of like palace-style presentation. I only kind of see this when I get dim sum, because this is a popular dim sum dish. But you can see here, they take sticky rice, and then they mix in a little bit of soy for savoriness and some honey for sweetness. So I'm excited, because I actually have not had this before. How to start this? We take a little of the baby romaine, super sticky rice. This is a marinated and thinly sliced pork butt, and it's just covered in this gorgeous, spicy, sweet marinade. Adding some of the kangdoenjang. They made this sesame sauce to give it a little bit of nuttiness and a little sweetness to kind of round out the edges. Super thinly shaved leeks. And that kind of gives you that freshness, the crunch that maybe kimchi would give you. Micro cilantro leaves. I mean, they've really gone all the way to re-engineer something that's supposed to be very simple and classic and everyday. It really just encapsulates the essence of Korean food. You have meatiness, you have spice, you have wonderful, rich, kind of a paste that just glues it all together. You get brightness and crunch from the leeks, undergirded by this like sweet, warm, glutinous rice. The history of this dish is pretty funny. They were kind of serving it as one of their opening snacks, and it was an homage to this very weird Korean fad. They had these honey butter chips that you could just buy in a convenience store, and people were going crazy for them. The trend did not hit Los Angeles. The chefs here decided to put honey butter chips, and I think that they think it's even better than this very strange convenience store fad. Oh, frick, this is so good. These are fantastic. I just can't stop eating them. And they've perfected that balance between honey butter salt. Get a little bit of heat from the cayenne pepper, ice cream and chips. That's awesome. At once fundamentally Korean and yet refined to the point where you're thinking, this is maybe where Korean food can go. It's where Korean food will progress into this level of refinement. Thank you so much for watching K-Town, and if you want to see more of my New York adventures, click right here.